Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Magic and Miracles, where you learn how to be the magician of your life. My name is Anna, and I'm your most favorite manifestation coach under the sun. Reason why there's no such coaching like my coaching anywhere on the internet, and nobody spends as much time on their clients like I do. True story. I coach mainly in audio exchange as well as telephone sessions. The two packages, I should say, in which you should embark upon for 2 to 3 months minimum with me, which I recommend, are directly below. You will find that I'm very thorough in my coaching. I start with childhood, adolescence, college years, all the way up until today. Reason why I do it so thoroughly is because I want to get to know you. I want to understand you. I want to really know the person in my coaching. And again, you will find that this actually does not exist on the internet. And I think maybe people do confuse my process with therapy, but I'm not a therapist. And in fact, when booking with me, you are going to have to sign a coaching agreement, which clause 1, not a therapist, okay? Not licensed. I have 8 years of experience with different people of all walks of life. You name it, mostly in entertainment. I've coached wealthy people. I've coached famous people, celebrities, this and that and the other. Everybody is quite pleased with my service, but I never ask for a recommendation because I don't need it. I don't brag on me. I brag on the process that I've developed. Okay, and it works every single time if you follow the instructions that it gives you, and you have me essentially 2 to 3 times per week to hold your hand, to explain to you, to advise you, and to walk you through the process. And that's basically what it really is, the coaching. I'm not a fan of these processes. Like I see some people have, coaching packages and this and that. I just recorded my audiobook, however, for people who can't come into my coaching because, people have been asking me for things, and is there a kind of like a lower tier, so to speak, no disrespect, but, and how can I kind of learn more? What I don't want to do in my coaching is give a piece of information like other coaches do, and say, oh, here's how to manifest a text, or here's how to blah, blah, blah. At some point I did that and I realized that was really stupid, and I took that away because that is not that's not service. That's not serving people. Real service is giving something of value. And so I recorded that audiobook. It's channeled audiobook. It's on my website. If you can't come into my coaching for 2 to 3 months minimum, like I said, it's for you. I did it for you, and I really hope it helps you, because I think I did a really great job, not to brag on me, but to brag on the channeling process, because I just wanted, the intention went out for me to like really record this, and boy, oh boy, did all the words come to me, and it was just like a download, and so much so I did not remember what I said. I had to re-listen to it to make sure everything was like kosher. But it was, and I'm really glad that I did it. So that's on my website. Additionally, if before booking you need to make sure I'm your kind of coach, you can book me for an hour, and everything is down below, all the information. Or if you need to ask any questions before booking, the email is below. I do expect some respect, okay? I do expect some respect, okay? I never thought I had to say that, but I think that you need to understand that I'm a human being too, and you need to come a little bit decent Okay, when signing up for my coaching, I command that, and I will not put up with any disrespect. I will drop you like a hot potato if you disrespect me. So I'm actually re-recording this topic because yesterday I recorded an audio and I had a little too much fun at a Christmas party. It was fun, I'm not going to lie. It was magnificent. But I wanted to be a little bit more clear. And so I'm re-recording it. The subject of today is how to switch out your SP for a new version. So again, we start with you. And so the premise in every single one of my clients, it's this. What are you doing to contribute to the drama, essentially? I mean, that's the question I seek answers to. All of this discussion, the history, the blueprint of your beliefs, the everything that I cover, it's like, how are you making this happen? What are you doing in your mind right now to make this happen? Very important question. Now, this is not blame. Understand, this is not blame at all. But at all. This is accountability, responsibility. And you will find that if you can make peace with yourself and can further translate the experience that you've had thus far into useful information, you will excel in life to such a degree where, you know, it's like turning stones into gold situation. Like, I thought I was a stone, but now I'm turning into gold kind of deal. Right? All of this time you thought I was fucking up. I fucked up so many different ways, and this, that, and the other. This relationship went wrong, and But now, change of opinion, change of perspective. No. Excuse me. No, I'm I'm a genius. I'm a genius with genius ideas. I've got beautiful things going on. I will take myself from this timeline to this timeline up here. The stock will rise of you anytime you want. Okay, the switching out of the version it's very illustrative of your consciousness. There's nothing else going on. Please understand it. Whenever you're switching anything, anytime I made a drastic change in my life, it went like this. I've had it. I've fucking had it. Could we please play some other music? Could we please play some other movie in my life? This shit is bullshit. I don't like it. Okay, how? All right. So, okay, I don't prefer this man who and goes with other girls and this, that, and the other, and I want a man of my own, or I want a girl of my own, or I want this salary, or I want this promotion, or I want this miraculous thing happen to me. All right, my darling. Well, isn't it completely and utterly up to you to create this fucking miracle, so-called miracle, switching out your SP for a new version? It goes like this. I'm switching myself, therefore I command you to. That's it. That's the process. Is that too simplistic? Okay, I'll go into detail. Okay, if we're sitting down and I'm talking to you and I'm listening to your problems and everything like that, the one thing that you're not really listening to in your mind is, how did I create it? How am I still creating? There's a thing that is like producing this, where if you take away the thing, it's not there anymore. It's a dialogue of some kind. It's a feeling. It's a story. And now if I replace the story, and let's just say your guy was a womanizer, a narcissist, all this fucking jazz, whatever, not with you, whatever, you name the condition and we'll talk about it. Suddenly you say, I've had it. I've just perfectly had it, you know? And now I want loyal and faithful. But to such a degree where it's like, it's obnoxious. you know. I want loyal and faithful till his dying breath, pleasing me, accommodating me, being a nice person to me, loving me, being affectionate, being all about me. Don't care what has happened before. We're literally not interested. After I cover your history, we're not interested in the history anymore. I'm only interested in the history because I want to understand your blueprint. And so, what do I want? I want this. Alrighty then. Then that's the feeling. Now we're embarking, and listen, a lot of people don't change their lives for a very simple reason. Can I say this? It's too scary. It's too scary to change suddenly. To swim in the waters that you've never swam in. Is that proper English? Swam? Yeah. It's scary. It's uncharted territory. But you will find it's exciting. If you stop looking at it through the prism of fear, but instead replace it with excitement, it will deliver results like no tomorrow. And so the objective here is basically learning how to maneuver energies. Too fast, too soon? Okay, let me explain. Energies are, it's life, it's everything. You're made of energy, this person is made of energy, your cup of tea is made of energy, la la la. And so you go like, okay, what kind of energy am I downloading from this version who is all over me, who is mad in love with me? And I gave an example in my live, what was it, yesterday or the day before, Saturday, where it's like my ex that I don't give a shit about is now sending me messages, inviting me to Mexico and saying, I love you, I've always loved you, could you please, la la la, all the while knowing, that I'm, in a relationship now and this and that. It doesn't give a shit, clearly. This is a version of him that I really wanted to have like years ago. But now I get it because I don't care. And what I was explaining in my audio last night is that when you drop the resentment, when you're no longer angry, when you're no longer concerned with all this bullshit. And for me, he wasn't kind. He was very unkind to me, politely put. Seeing other women and this and the other. And I found that to be, off-putting. And now he's ready. But why? Because I'm a different person. Because I'm a different person, I attract different results. And so if you want to really not have to deal with the time lag, not really have the option of, I gotta wait, and, it's like, it's like 15 years later, now I'm 20 years later. Oh, sorry. It's like I could have had like a daughter of 20 years, already. It's like, hello, now you're waking up, like, please. But there you have it, But that's the thing, when you completely understand. And here's the deal, really quick, with this particular ex, because I know you guys like examples and this and that. He was so nasty to me. And because we had to, like, we're kind of like we ran into each other in the same circle, I don't know, like maybe, 6 years ago, something like this, because he's in the art world and this and that, and he was so fucking nasty to me. It was retarded, excuse me for the word, but it was absolutely obscene. And I said to him, I hope that you will find some peace in your life and you stop projecting it out to people. And, he was just so dismissive. And right there and then I made this wish, like, I hope he comes crawling on his knees to me and apologizes for the way that he, behaved, quite frankly. Some time has passed, and maybe like 4 years ago, he started messaging me and saying, Anna, you were so right. I love this. This is from my clients and from, my exes also. You were so right. I had no business talking to you like this. This was absolutely idiotic, and I don't have any words to offer you to explain my behavior. And would you please accompany me to a lunch or a dinner or anything I can do for you? La 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 la. I'm like, no, forget it. Like, I'm cool. It's perfectly fine right now. It's here's the thing. It started happening when I just relinquished all of this anger, and I said, well, this is this person's business. Okay, this is this version that I'm like experiencing. And I guess that's it. Obviously I have nothing to do with it. I cannot be angry because this is it's like my video on my YouTube, give people back their bullshit. When you give people back their energy, it's like, I've got nothing to do with this. This is your fucking shit. All right. So deal with it. In therapy, some fucking shit. I do me. I love me. And, everything is fine in my world as far as I'm concerned, truly. Because I know what the kind of energy I put out. You demonstrated something to me, I suppose, a piece of me that wasn't maybe entirely completely in sync with me. And this is what I deal with in my coaching a lot. A lot of you are people pleasers. And I will be the first one to confess, I used to be a people pleaser. I no longer am. I'm a pleaser of Anna. Okay, not in a narcissistic way, but in a very like coherent kind of like, I love you. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much for showing up and doing everything that you do. This is a very healthy situation. This is what everybody should do. When you're the cheerleader of your life, holy shit bananas, things will happen that would have never happened. All right, it's a complete misunderstanding when people, it's like, oh, you love yourself, you're a narcissist. Excuse me, no, I love myself, and therefore I get to love others. There's no other way to do this. Okay. Switching out the SP for another version, you need to be in sync with yourself. Okay, you need to be in sync with your own version that you want to be, right? So how much sense would it make if I'm miserable and I'm suddenly trying to switch situations? It will only be produced according to my frequency. If I'm sad, if I'm depressed, if I hold grudges, if I'm angry, if I'm whatever, this will be outpictured. This will be completely the situation that is going to play out in my world. Whereas if I sit like totally in my power, like a golden Buddha, and I go, you're becoming the person that I want you to be. The end. It's effortless like this. So you don't need to move a finger. You just need to move a little bit of a muscle in your brain. There's that. I mean, yeah. There is that. But is that too hard? You just need to move it like, I got it now. This is who I want you to be. The energy. That's the whole trip, It's like, oh, you are this pleasant, magnificent person who doesn't have this, that, and the other issue that I used to really dislike about you. You are this magnificent version that I am, oh my God, so in love with. You see? The conversation is ultimately between you and you. And so it makes it so much easier, does it not? You follow? In essence, if you're really not happy with yourself, if you're really misunderstanding your purpose, if you're really the honking in Manhattan, Monday morning, good morning. Gad Elmaleh, the French-Moroccan comedian, he has this bit about walking into a store and I'm making fun of like the candle names, and the candle he picked up was like Monday morning in Alaska. I wonder what's happening in Alaska on a Monday morning. It was so funny. You should I think the Netflix special is called American Dream. He is fucking hilarious. He's very big in France. And he like learned English to come and to stand up in America, which I find very admirable. Anyway, it's a conversation between you and you. I'm sorry, the honking makes me laugh. You're switching out your personality, they're mirroring it back to you, right? So if you want to date a millionaire, a successful person, a loyal and faithful person, this is the internal like dialogue you have to have with this person. You're instructing them. You have to keep in mind that everything is your instruction. So if you're not instructing this person appropriately, it's for you to change. It's your instructions that are going out, you see. And so it's treat this entire life and composition of your experience as a video game, perhaps simulation, right? So a lot of people discuss this. And so when you think of it in these terms, it becomes quite clear that, if I was to change anybody, it's just a matter of like switching, like almost, I don't know, like in the 90s they had like CDs or something, or like a chip or some situation, like you switch the chip and that's now it's a new program playing. And that's just as valid as the one that used to play before, right? So there's no preference according to the universe. You can do whatever you like. It's like putting on a new piece of music, and now it's Mozart instead of fucking I don't know, Nirvana or something. I've no idea what your preference is in music, but the idea is that I don't prefer this, I prefer this. And so now the SP is full of commitment. The DSP, they used to run around and used to, be all over town. He's yours, she's yours. And now you can get rid of it. It's like I can get rid of my fucking ex who's like inviting me to Mexico and this and that. It's like, I don't want to go to fucking Mexico. Like, leave me the fuck alone. But see, that's a manifestation to show me this is how easy it is. It was always easy. I just didn't know it back then. I mean, 20 years ago, I didn't know it was easy. But now it is. But I want to tell you, it's mad easy. When you really understand who you are, when you invest in yourself, when you really start paying attention to the kind of versions of emotions that you allow yourself to go into. They're portals. Emotions are portals. It's like if you sit down and contemplate some kind of a story, event, anything at all, which is why you need to pay attention to what you watch, etc., in my opinion. It's a portal to a dimension, to a creation, to a reality. And so I can sit down and listen to Mozart or whoever, and it will bring me. Quite frankly, Mozart is a genius of another kind, is a genius, because the music has this portal of emotion that is completely, I don't know how to say it, divine, and it transports you to, for me anyway, I experience bliss. And that's something, that, it's not every day that you encounter that. It's immortalized, in history, that this is, nobody else can replicate this music. And so that's that's a portal. Okay, so everything that you experienced in your life, it's a portal. So what new portals are you going to create? What kind of situations are you willing to allow yourself to bring into your life? And so if one of those portals contains new portals, that is, contains a new version of your SP that's completely congruent and coherent with what it is you would like to create, what does that feel like? And momentarily, it may seem as though it is foreign, new, completely uncharted territory, as I said, but does it feel good? And if it does, embark on it and explore it more, and go for it. And this allows for all sorts of interpretations, meaning like you can create anything you want, but also if you want to like go deeper and understand this method a lot more, I do offer, this is why I offer coaching, because everything is very personable. And to understand this, it really needs to be that you understand yourself and how to create with your own energy, because everything is your own energy. I hope I explained this like to the best of my ability this time around. Thank you very much for listening. All the information from me is below for my coaching. Until next time, ciao ciao.